Hello, Chad here with Kinetics. We have another at-home or travel workout. Today's workout is definitely intended to be done outside. If you don't have access to the outdoors, or maybe the weather is such that you just can't get out there, you can certainly adjust this. There's a lot of directional and distance-based stuff on here, so you'd have to just make it stationary, or go ahead and just kind of skip this workout and swap it out with one that you could do in a confined space in your home or hotel room, okay? If it's just simply kind of not nice out, maybe it's a little chilly, it's raining a little bit, I encourage you to still get out there and try and do this workout outside, build a little bit of resiliency, okay? You're all very sweet, I'm sure, but you won't melt in the rain. Okay, let's get started here. So you shouldn't need any equipment for this whatsoever. A lot of these outdoor ones are really great to incorporate bringing some loved ones, children, whatever along, friends along for these workouts. So I encourage you to do that. Our prep portion today, again, ranges on our sets and duration of the workout. So we have 3 to 4 sets of 50 feet each direction of a forward and backward jog. So outdoors, just pick 2 points that are roughly about 50 feet away, okay? If they're 48, that's cool. If they're 53, that's also cool, okay? About 50 feet. Forward and then backward jog. After that, lateral shuffle, each direction, right leg leading, then left leg leading. After that, another 50 feet of a power skip and a backward skip. Then finally, we have 8 to 10 reps per side of a reverse lunge to single leg vertical jump. So let's just take a look up at each of these things real briefly. Forward and backward jog, hopefully you guys understand what that is. We're not looking to sprint, right? Kind of moderate effort jog for about 50 feet. As you're coming backward, just make sure that you maintain a little bit of a hip hinge and forward lean when we're running backward, right? We don't want to be kind of here and like we're falling back. I know that sounds silly and obvious, but when I was a phys ed teacher, we had issues with that, with kids running backwards and then falling back on their heads. So lean your torso forward slightly and then get into that reverse or backward jog. Your lateral shuffle, wherever you're facing, we want to remain square to that. The feet don't cross over. I don't start to turn the hips. The hip stays square, athletic position, and I'm just sliding, right? Given the amount of space I have here, I'm just giving you a couple steps each direction, but you're traveling for about 50 feet. Okay, pretty simple. Our power skip and our backward skip. Power skip just refers to the effort put into each step. So instead of just kind of a regular skipping pattern, each step I'm going to try and explode up and get some height. So if I were to do this in place, it's a little easier to see on the screen here, I might up, right? I'm driving that knee up, trying to get as much height as I can, okay? Traveling horizontally, you should be able to feel like you can get a little bit more power out of those. The backward skip, if you feel somewhat uncoordinated with this, slow it down a little bit. Remember, a skip is just a step and a hop, okay? So if I'm going backwards, it's step, hop, step, hop, step, hop, right? As I feel a little bit more comfortable and fluid with it, I can start to speed it up, right? I encourage you to try that, a little bit of coordination and agility. Once we're done there, the last movement for our prep work, reverse lunge to a single leg vertical jump. I'm going to step back into that reverse lunge position here as I come up and then land up. I like to pump the arms as if I'm sprinting, okay, moving in opposition. I'm driving off that forward leg to create, messed up the arms. I'm driving off that forward leg to create some power out of that step, landing softly, controlling myself back down to the ground so I'm not smashing my knee. Once those are all done for 3 to 4 sets, we'll move on to our sweat piece, okay? For 20 to 30 minutes, you're going to be running for 30 seconds, resting for 30 seconds. So we like to use the push press timer. I think it's audible, it's simple, it's clear to see if you're looking at it, right? It's free. So look it up if you haven't already, push press timer app. You can pop that on there. If you have another one you prefer, by all means, use it. That's fine. But you're gonna be working for 20 to 30 minutes, setting a timer for every minute, okay? Or if you prefer to do it every 30 seconds, that's fine too. But within each minute, you're running for 30 seconds, resting for 30 seconds. If you can pick 2 points, or maybe you're on a track or something like that, it might be a little bit easier to gauge. You want to be able to cover the same amount of distance in the same time throughout the workout. Your effort level here is high, but not maximal, right? So we're looking for hard 30-second intervals that are sustainable for the entire workout. Okay, so kind of keep that in mind. If you need to build to that pace over the first couple minutes, rock and roll. Build up, get to that challenging but sustainable pace, and stay there for the remainder of the workout. If you're not going outside, right, and you don't have access to somewhere to run, we can substitute this with jumping rope. Same format, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. If you don't jump a lot of rope, I would stay on the lower end of that time domain, that 20 minutes, maybe even less, so you're not tearing the calves up. You can substitute burpees or squat thrusts in there. You could even choose to alternate those two. So let's say you don't do a lot of jumping rope, but you have one available. Maybe you jump rope on the odd minutes and you do squat thrusts on the even minutes. Some sort of a combination like that. If you happen to have an erg available, a bike or a rower or something like that at home, then you can certainly substitute that as well. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. If you're on an erg, it should be easier to track your pace and effort. We want that, again, to be high effort, high pace, challenging, but sustainable. So meaning if you're going at 60 RPMs, that the first 4 or 5 rounds, the last 4 or 5 rounds, you're still able to sustain 60 RPMs on that bike. Hopefully that makes sense. Once we're all done with that, our breathe section today, do not skip it. Use it, do it. Static back position. You'll need a bench or something to elevate your feet onto. And we're gonna lay on our back, calves draped over that element, whatever it is. Deep diaphragmatic breathing into the belly. I like to put my fingertips across my stomach and thumbs in on my side so I can feel that expansion in 360 degrees. Obviously my back is pressing into the floor. And I want big, deep belly breaths here, trying to start that recovery process, okay? And taking a few minutes for yourself. If you can extend it to 10 or 15 minutes in total and incorporate some mindfulness or meditation, we definitely encourage you to do so. Other than that, enjoy your workout, and we'll see you all next time.